Dario Amodei walks out of OpenAI's offices. He was their vice president of research. He leaves with a conviction: the company he helped build is moving too fast, too recklessly toward general intelligence. That was 2021, the same year OpenAI debuted DALL-E 2. Anthropic was born, a public benefit corporation in San Francisco founded with one goal: safety first. But safety is a slow game, and in a race, slow means losing. Which of these three AI labs is actually closest to building general intelligence, and why are their strategies so radically different? One of these companies is already falling behind, and it's not the one you'd expect. 3 labs, 3 bets. 2021, a quiet office in San Francisco became the birthplace of a new kind of AI company. Not a startup chasing the next funding round, a public benefit corporation, legally bound to prioritize safety over profit. Its founder had just walked away from the most powerful AI lab on Earth. Dario Amodei was born the same year. Microsoft released Word 1.0, a time when software was still a novelty. By 2021, he was vice president of research at OpenAI, the company that would soon launch DALL-E 2. But he left. Why? Because he saw a fracture forming inside the race to AGI. One camp wanted to ship products as fast as possible, capture the market, and iterate in public. The other camp, Amodei's camp, believed that building general intelligence without rigorous safety protocols was like building a nuclear reactor without a containment dome. So he founded Anthropic. But here's the contradiction. If safety is Anthropic's priority, why are they racing to build the most powerful models? Their flagship, Claude, doesn't just match GPT-4, it rivals it. They're not sitting on the sidelines. They're in the race. But Anthropic's bet on safety didn't stop them from building a model that rivals GPT-4. So what's their real plan? On December 6, 2023, Google unveiled Gemini, its answer to GPT-4. But the launch wasn't a product drop, it was a declaration of infrastructure. Google doesn't sell AI. It weaves it into search, Gmail, Android, YouTube. Every query, every email, every video recommendation becomes a training signal. That's a staggering feedback loop. But does it make Gemini smarter or just more available? The strategy is full-stack distribution. You don't choose to use Gemini, you encounter it. Google turns intelligence into a utility, like electricity from a socket. Yet the model itself remains cautious, constrained by the company's ad revenue core. A chatbot that contradicts a search result, that costs money. Therefore, Gemini is optimized for safety and consensus. Not surprise, not breakthrough. It's a faster horse, not a new vehicle. Google bets that ubiquity wins the race. But ubiquity doesn't equal generality. Meanwhile, OpenAI is racing ahead with a closed product play that could redefine how we interact with machines. Dario Amodei walked out of OpenAI in 2021 with a conviction. The race to AGI was moving too fast, and someone had to hit the brakes. He co-founded Anthropic as a public benefit corporation. Not to build the biggest model, but the safest one. That means Claude doesn't just answer questions, it refuses to answer them if the risk is too high. Every output is filtered through a constitution of principles, written by humans, enforced by the model itself. It's alignment as product. But here's the contradiction. Amodei was born in 1983, the same year Microsoft released Word 1.0, a time when software was simple. Today, he's building systems that must be anything but. Yet safety first comes at a cost. Anthropic's enterprise focus wins trust from banks and hospitals, but it also slows deployment. Google ships Gemini to billions overnight. OpenAI launches GPT-4 Turbo to millions. Anthropic rolls out Claude to a few thousand beta testers. The gap in scale is staggering. Black screen. What if the lab that's winning today is the one least prepared for AGI? The answer lies in how these labs measure progress, and one of them is hiding a critical weakness. Subscribe to see who's shaping our AI future. It browses your email, books a flight, edits a spreadsheet, all in one fluid conversation. The illusion is seamless. But look closer. That demo was heavily curated. The model stumbled on the first take. Google edited the footage. Therefore, the gap between the polished presentation and the raw product is wider than they want you to see. OpenAI's GPT-4 can pass the bar exam, write poetry, and code a game from a single prompt. Yet it still hallucinates confidently. It still fails basic arithmetic. It still costs a fortune to run. The demo is stunning, but here's what it didn't show you: the brittle edge beneath the brilliance. Anthropic's Claude, by contrast, refuses to generate harmful content. It's slower, more cautious, less flashy. But its safety-first design means fewer catastrophic failures. Therefore, each lab is hiding a different weakness. OpenAI hides the cost and unpredictability. Google hides the curation. Anthropic hides the speed. The real question isn't who's ahead today. It's who's building the right foundation for tomorrow. Dario Amodei was born in 1983, the same year Microsoft Word 1.0 launched, a tool that changed how we write. Now he's building a tool that may change how we think, but the three labs aren't just racing for speed. They're racing for control of the default. Google's Gemini, announced December 6, 2023, is a full-stack distribution play. It lives inside Search, Gmail, Android, the operating system of daily life. OpenAI pushes products fast, capturing users before safety catches up. Anthropic, founded in 2021 as a public benefit corporation, builds Claude with constitutional AI, constraints baked into the model itself. Three different answers to the same question. Who decides what an AGI is allowed to do? Therefore, the real contest isn't benchmark scores, it's governance. A public company answers to shareholders. A capped profit company answers to investors. A public benefit corporation answers to a mission. Each structure shapes the model's behavior before a single line of code runs. If AGI arrives, it won't arrive neutral. It will arrive with the values of the organization that built it. The question isn't just which lab wins, it's which set of incentives you want running the most powerful tool humanity has ever created. And that choice, you still get to make it. So which lab is actually winning? The honest answer, no one knows. Not the engineers at Google, not the safety researchers at Anthropic, not even Sam Altman. Because the finish line keeps moving. Every time one model matches human performance on a benchmark, the goalposts shift. AGI isn't a destination, it's a horizon. You walk toward it, and it recedes. What remains unknowable is the definition itself. Is it a system that can do any cognitive task a human can? Then we might already be there. Or is it something that surpasses us across the board, self-improves, invents new science? That's decades away, if it comes at all. The three labs are betting on different futures because they see different problems. OpenAI bets speed wins. Ship first, fix later. Google bets distribution. Put AI into every product, own the interface. Anthropic bets safety. Build the guardrails before the car hits the highway. All three could be right. All three could be wrong. Here's the lesson. When the goal is undefined, the strategy reveals more about the player than the game. We chase certainty by picking a story that comforts us. But the real race isn't between companies, it's between our ability to build and our ability to understand what we've built. That question, which lab is closest, isn't a prediction. It's a mirror, and you get to decide what you see. Next up, how Meta's open-source AI could flip the entire race on its head. This is the Monopoly Matrix, where tech meets destiny.